All right, so I want to go through the vocabulary of chapters 17 and 18 with you. But before I do that, just a quick announcement about our quizzes this semester. We will have a quiz this week. Just throwing you right in the deep end of the pool, facilitating this re-entry into Hebrew. It's like being thrown into another culture or back into another culture, right? We will have a quiz this week, but there are, I have to look at the syllabus. I think it's 12 quizzes this term, but I am going to drop your 2 lowest quiz grades this semester, okay? So your 2 lowest quiz grades will be dropped. So that's just a heads up. If that takes the pressure off this week a little bit, you're welcome to have your first quiz be one of your lowest quizzes of the semester. All right, so let's look at the vocabulary together of chapters 17 and 18. Chapter 17, in my edition of the textbook, this is on page 205. So I'm hoping you can be looking at these words as I go through them. Chapter 17, avad is to perish or vanished. Now be careful here not to get this confused with eved or avad, meaning to serve. That's spelled with an I and this is spelled with an aleph. So to perish, avad with an aleph. Ahav is to love. Some of you may have been to Israel or even just to Dillard's. I think they're carrying it in all different places now, but and seen this line of skincare products called ahava. That comes from this verb. Ahav is to love. So if you buy ahava, then you must love your skin, right? Asaph, to gather or to take in. I'm always reminded of Asaph, the musician in the Hebrew Bible, who was a recorder and a musician and also kind of a gatherer of songs and musicians. So I think of Asaph gathering songs and singers. Ba'ar is to burn up or consume. Lots of people consume a lot of things at a ba'ar, right? Gala, to uncover or reveal. As my trick for this, I usually think of people uncovering something at a gala, right? You have a big gala event if you're going to uncover a new statue or work of art or exhibit, right? Gala, uncover or reveal. Taher is to be clean or pure. Kala is to be complete or to be finished. Room is to be high or exalted or to rise. My little dumb trick here is that you have to have room if you're going to rise, right? Or if to get higher, you need some room. So room is to be high. Shafat, this is the one we saw in our example today, to judge. The noun is shofet, right? But here we have shafat, which is now in its, so you'll notice the vowels have changed to look like a verb, okay? The nouns here are emet, which means truth or fidelity. This is a feminine noun. Emet, some of you, I wonder if you remember in C.S. Lewis's last book of the Chronicles of Narnia, The Last Battle, he has a character, an important character toward the end of the book, kind of a controversial character, who was a follower of Tash, but ends up in Aslan's country, and his name is Emmet. So that comes from this word, truth. He was a seeker of truth. Kiseh is a seat, chair, or throne. Mispar is number. That might sound a little familiar to you. I think we've seen the verb safar, which is to write or to count. We have sefer, which is a book. So mispar is a number. Eser is the number 10. You looked at that when we studied our numbers, so that shouldn't be brand new. And Shemesh means sun. You have Beit Shemesh in Judah in 1 Samuel 6. I think the Ark spends a little bit of time in Beth Shemesh, but Shemesh is sun. All right, chapter 18 vocabulary. If we can get 2 chapters under our belt this week, we'll just do 1 chapter next week. Okay, so chapter 18, in my text, it's on page 222. I think that's still right. Bahar is to choose or test or examine. Bean is to understand or perceive. You've, I think, learned the preposition bain, between. Well, if you're judging or understanding, perceiving, considering things, you're sort of considering between this and this. You're dividing between things. You're understanding incisively. So bean is related to understand. Darash is to seek or ask for. Harag is to kill or slay. Chafetz is to take delight in. You see that word in connection with enjoying and keeping the Sabbath in the prophets a good bit. Tov is to be good. So you have the noun or the adjective tov. To choose good, that's a noun. To have a good cow, that's an adjective. And tov here looks the same, but it's a verb, to be good or to be pleasing. Kadash, to be holy or set apart. We have the adjective, we've seen kadosh, and the noun kodesh, which is a holy thing. So adjective, holy, describing something, a holy person or a holy place. Kodesh is a holy thing, and now we have kadash. All right, ra'ah is to pasture or attend or shepherd. So ro'eh is a shepherd, right? So if you know that word, it's connected to this verb, ra'ah. Sha'al is to ask or inquire of. My cheesy mnemonic on this is you might ask somebody, shall I go to the supermarket? Sha'al I go, right? Sha'al is to ask or inquire. And now to the nouns. Baal is an owner or a master, a husband. This is where we get the name Baal, right? Lords or masters, the Baal. Shavet is a rod or a staff or a tribe. Rod, staff, or scepter, or a tribe. You can see how those things would be connected, right? The tribe is held together by the person who wields the scepter or the staff. And then we have a couple prepositions next. Ba'ad is behind or through. That can also be spelled ba'ad. So just make sure you can recognize it both ways. Ya'an, on account of. And na, please, or now, or surely. Sometimes it's not translated. We'll get into the use of that next week, but for now, just go ahead and start your memorization work on that word. Na, please. All right, as always, let me know if you have any questions, and I'll look forward to your discussion.